Hey, this is Ryan Jenkins again, your what I call your young adult book specialist. I want to bring attention to this artwork that is behind me. This is by my awesome former student, Mariah Bennett, who basically I gave her the colors of my placemats in my dining area, and she came up with this, and I love it. When I say I love it, I love it. So hit her up if you want some artwork. Secondly, the earrings that I have on, y'all, is called Charisma Eclectic. Okay, find her on Instagram. Awesome stuff. Very, very reasonable. All right, so the second book that I want to tell you about, and of course I'm representing Coastal Carolina. I've had several former students, Roses, who have graduated or attending Coastal Carolina. Great school. Spin. I have never read anything by Lamar Giles, and I'm glad I did. And now because I read Spin, I'm going to find wherever else he has published and put it in my library. Yes, my library. Not my school library. My library. So now I'll let my kids borrow if I want to. But Spin, you get hooked from the first paragraph on the back of the book, which is the first chapter in the book, where pretty much Parsec, aka Paris, is found dead on her turntables by her best friend, Kaya, and her publicist, who becomes a close friend, Fuse. And because they found her dead, they automatically get pulled into police station. And that starts a heap of rumors, because it's like they think people, she has what's called Parsec Nation. Okay, Paris. So she has what is called a Parsec Nation, where basically these people are fanatics, a little bit obsessed, lunatics for her, and they would do anything for her. So they want to find out who killed our star. Paris might have been 18 years old, on the up and up. Her album, she was coming out with an album, she was producing people, she had a mixtape, and it just blew up overnight to the point everybody's coming to get her and use her for their records and use them for their tracks and whatnot. So she ends up, the beginning of the book begins with her murder. So the whole point of the book is, despite the fact that they are enemies, sworn enemies, Kaya and Fuse realize, you know what? We need to come together and we need to find out what happened to her. Like, this is not making sense. So I'll admit, I'm right along with them, and usually I can tell who did what in my wedding hair. Lamar Giles had me fooled the whole time. Who I thought was the killer, or who else I thought was the killer, who else I thought was the killer, was nowhere close to being the killer. And when you find out who the killer is, you're like, oh, are you serious, Lamar? Okay, I got you. So pretty much they band together to find out who killed Paris. But in the midst of this, it goes back. And that's what I love, a book full of flashbacks. The book is told in 3 different perspectives. It's told in Kaya's perspective, Fuse's perspective, and Paris's perspective. So you're able to find out some information more about Paris, her life before her death. You find out, because you do find out that Paris had fallen out with Fuse and Kaya. So you learn more information about that. And as you go through the book, you find out more background information that helps you build a case against certain people. But again, Lamar wrote this so cleverly, it was hard for you to understand. When you finally realize that who it was, you're like, dang, okay. So I strongly recommend this. Again, this is Spin by Lamar Giles. Happy reading.